Adam, he was an interesting fella. He always kind of did what he needed to do and always what he wanted to do, and just he was kind of one of those free spirits.
Adam, he was a friend. He was a friend to anybody and everybody. He was open, he was honest, he was clean, he was clear. There was nothing false about Adam. He was there for you. He wanted to help. From when he was a little kid, when we visited New York City, the people on the street that were looking for donations, I think if he could have, he would have emptied my wallet out. He never had his own. Just to help him, and he never really changed. Being Adam's dad, I kind of had to put up with his persistence, to say the least, a lot longer than Matt thought he had to. Matt got away with it about 6-8 years before Adam got to the point where he could really interface with Matt and bug the heck out of him. But it started, I think, almost the day he was born. Adam was in a hurry. The doctor came in the room, told my wife, "Hey, catcher's mitt," and that was Adam. He was going to be there. He was going to be there faster than anybody could expect him to. We called him our vampire as he was growing up because he really started existing as night fell. And then when the sun came up, was when he fell asleep. But persistence, he would not let go. He was like a piranha. Blood hit the water and he was right at you and taking every single sarcastic bite out of you that he could, until you just sat there and you were either dizzy trying to figure out how to reply to this kid, or you were ready to kill him. He had you going one way or the other.
Just decided one day when we were watching TV to poke me a little bit and make this noise, and I tell him to stop, and then he just go, and then I tell him to stop, and it escalated and all that fun stuff until I started beating him with pillows and then beating him with my fists. And after every time I finished, he just went back. And he's like, okay, I'll stop. And it just kind of escalated. It kept going until he noticed that his friend was just rolling on the ground, laughing hysterically at us. And it was just a normal exchange between my brother and I, but very abnormal for everyone else.
He spent a little time with us, decided he needed to get another focus, applied away to go into master's programs, and wanted to get into the micro business, microeconomics type, where third world countries, small villages can develop their own industries. And that was his focus. He always felt that it was important to help to develop, and he really looked into the University of Buffalo, liked their program, thought it was one of the best for international business, and next thing we know, he's off to Buffalo.
My brother went off to graduate school at the University of Buffalo, which I thought was great for him. He was back at my folks' place, getting a little lost in life, trying to figure out where to go next. And I thought, oh, perfect. He's good at managing money and or managing things and having great ideas. So he went into a business management program, which was a good program for him. And then one day he said to me, "You know what? I'm going into the Peace Corps." I'm like, "What? You?" Because most of the stories I heard about Peace Corps, people were like awfully lonely, they were having culture shock, it just wasn't happening for them. And my brother's like the biggest social butterfly. So when I first heard about this, I'm like, hey, he's not going to last 2 months. And then he started talking to me why he was doing it and the program where he was working for an education center. Well, he was hoping for it. He hadn't got an official word yet. But trying to work for an education center which prevents children and adults from being kind of taken away by false hopes for human trafficking purposes by giving them the skills they need to survive in their community. And thought, all right, you know, that program makes sense. He's able to teach and be his boisterous self and do what he needs to do. And so I thought it was a great place for him to go. The reason I'm doing this whole Bike America for Adam thing, well, there's actually a lot of reasons. First, the Peace Corps has a missed opportunity with Adam and his expertise, so I wanted to be able to give them something in return. Money is obviously not an exchange for what Adam could have offered, but we want to give them a little help and help them out, so any money we raise for this is excellent. Another reason we wanted to do this is it's a focus for all his friends and family to work on. Everybody can contribute, whether it's just donating some money or helping out making these videos or helping out doing a fundraiser or various other things. It's just an avenue for people to help the healing process. And then the last thing is I've always wanted to bike across America. It's been my dream of mine since I don't even remember, since I biked. And there's always just some sort of excuse in the way, oh, not enough money, not this year, not enough time, time's not right, and it kind of just went to the wayside. And then when Adam died, I realized, oh, geez, you could just end it any minute, and let's grab life by the balls and let's do it in honor of my brother. And then we're going to stop in Saratoga, where we grew up most of our life, almost most of our life. Then go into central New York, where the other half of our life was growing up, and then kind of head through central into Buffalo, where we went through the university, and then kind of going around the Great Lakes, going through Cleveland, Milwaukee, and then kind of skirting the Canadian-US border. We're going to go through whole North Dakota, Montana, half a day in Idaho because it's the little tiny part, and then ending up in Bellevue, Washington, where we're going to take the ferry and go all the way up to Juneau, Alaska. And on the day he died, June 11th, we're going to go to the spot where it happened and do a little thing for him. We haven't figured out quite what it is yet. We'll do a little thing for him, and that we're going to be doing about 100 miles a day with some stops in there, but we could do it. You got 57 days to do it, including the whole ferry and everything, and we can do it.
Maybe different, but remember, winter's warm there, you and I.